Thursday Thunder. Adrian.
Yeah.
7th day of January 2021.
Yes.
New year, new you.
No. New me, new year, same me, just with goals. No. No New Year's resolutions, but obviously at the start of the year I just set goals that I want to do.
Yep.
In this other year. So yeah, there are new goals in place, but nothing like I'm gonna take the year to better myself as a person, because I'm perfect. So no, I'm not.
What you do for New Year's?
What did I do? I had a hotel and went out to a nice dinner.
Oh, right.
That's it, really. Yeah, very chilled out.
Cool.
Yeah. Yourself?
Me, I was scrambling in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere, taking photos.
That's right.
Check out my photo page, captured by Kim, on Instagram and on Facebook.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Follow my pages and like all my photos to stoke my ego, please. No, that being said, there's some pretty cool photos there.
There is.
I've got some cool photos over there.
There's some pretty good photos.
Yeah. I don't make New Year's resolutions either. Yeah, goals. And my goal was, even before Christmas, was to lean out a little bit. I was getting a little bit too chunky.
Too many snacks, not enough walks.
Yeah. So, and I've since December 1, I've dropped nearly 2 kilos.
So 500 grams per week.
Yeah. Without doing too many changes, except stopping drinking so much beer and having so many snacks.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so funny how that works.
Yeah. Otherwise, no, we'll keep going as it is. We'll keep doing business as best as we can, considering the situation. Someone did ask me, like, is the COVID situation still going to affect the Season A contest? And yes, it will. I think we'll be at the same restrictions crowd-wise that we were in season end of last year, so that we won't be able to have a full crowd. I think that's pretty inevitable, and I don't think that will happen anywhere in Australia until there is, virtually 0 cases overseas or any chance.
At least here.
Well, but even though we did go down to 0 cases, there's never going to be 0 cases here. There's always going to be flare-ups. Someone's going to bring it in from overseas. It's going to happen.
Of course,
So that's inevitable. So until, it's still going to be, I think, a while before any sort of restrictions will be lifted. So just bear that in mind. But the show will go ahead, and it's looking like it's going to be a really good show. I put up the entry form is live now. So entry form is live now in I Compete. If you're thinking of competing, get your entry in. You don't have to pay for your entry until right up until the week before the show. But it would be good if you get your entry in, just to give me an indication of how many competitors are going to compete. That being said, all right, what's new?
What's new?
We've only got one new product this week.
Yes, and it's by Magic Nutrition. Oh, Mike, he brought out his first nootropic product, Magic Mushies.
Now that is a real apt name.
It's a great name. It is a good name, and I think this was planned from the beginning. But we both had said this just last week. And what did you think first?
I've been using this pretty much all week. I love it. And viewers and listeners to this will know that I'm a huge fan of these nootropic products. And I think that they will be the next big trend in supplementation. Everyone seems to be either coming out with one or developing one. And we've got 3 now. This is the 3rd in our range, on top of Faction Labs Attention and Switch Nutrition Coffee Switch.
And also the Maya Blocks.
Maya Blocks Skywalk was the original. The Skywalk, I still put that a little bit differently, because they still do have a little bit of caffeine.
150.
A little bit higher than generally these sorts of products. These will have anywhere up to maybe 100.
They won't really barely go over 100 anymore.
No, so, but you're right, Skywalk would be the first one that was out there. So we've got 4. And I am a huge fan of these. I love these products. I usually take a serve mid-morning, and basically just before I came here, and I just feel great for the next 3 or 4 hours. And a couple of times, I've even used these as my pre.
I can't use these as pre because I like the feeling of getting a pump.
Yep. That's the only difference. Obviously, you're not getting that pump formula.
I would use nootropics if I'm sitting in front of the computer. If I need to do some work. If I need to do gaming as well. Yeah, no, of course, it works very well. I actually take two types of mental trigger. The old mental trigger from Redcon. But even when I do some cleaning around the house, I've got a nootropic at home. I have it, and you just feel switched on.
Yeah, exactly. This is really good to take at work, during the middle of the day. You start to feel that little bit of a flat period. It's an ideal product for something like that.
Of course.
Yep. And someone did say, "What's the big trends coming in 2021?" I think this will be one of them. I think everyone will have a nootropic product by the end of the year.
And I strongly believe that before the end of the year, there is going to be carbonated nootropic drinks.
Yep.
Like they already have them on the servos, but they use like real herbal, and they taste disgusting. If you can get one of these into a caffeinated, like a carbonated drink in a can, you're going to make bank.
Yep.
I should edit that part out. I'll keep it for myself.
No, I reckon you're right, and that would be another really good seller, you know. But definitely. So that's all we've got in new products, but we just want to do a quick recap. Someone just asked if we do another quick recap on the Growth Labs Australia products, and just a review on. Well, I've been using them.
Yep.
So I've been using the Testo Dream. So
it's the one at the far end, I believe. It's the green one.
That one there.
Yeah.
So this is their test booster. So I'm now week 2 into it. I actually started this Christmas Day. So Stu, the formulator from Growth Labs Australia, told me to do 2 weeks of the Testo Dream.
Yep.
And then add in the estrogen while finishing this one off.
Yep.
And then finish that off when this is finished off. So it'll sort of work, they interlap for about 2 weeks. I'll be taking both of them together, and then I'll just finish up on this one.
Yep.
As a test booster, I like it. I feel really good. Any good test booster, I know how I feel. I just feel vibrant.
Yeah.
One of the things.
Vibrant is the word, but you just feel more energetic.
More energetic, more switched on, more wanting to train, libido goes up, everything, and this product delivers all of that and more. So I'm a huge fan. I'm looking forward to introducing the estrogen blocker into there as well, and just see how that happens.
Okay.
So quickly, as a recap, so what have you got?
I have the Cortadreams, they're cortisol and immunosupport product. So you would use these if you find you are a little bit stressed or a little bit flat. Now these do contain adaptogenic herbs, which if you are low, it brings you up to base level. If you're too anxious, it brings you back down to base level. So it is an adaptogenic.
Yep.
So if you are using stimulants for a long period of time, if it gets to the point where it's going, oh, I need to have 2 scoops, I can't feel it, might be good to take a break off your stimulants and start introducing like a cortisol suppressant, just to help with your beautiful. There you go. That'd be a great.
So yeah, if you've been really using pre-workouts a lot, and one of the signs is, and customers come in all the time, oh, I need a stronger pre-workout. I can't feel anything anymore. It's a sign to go off to pre-workout. Maybe go on to a nootropic product, and then a cortisol regulator. Help reset your adrenals, get your sleep patterns back on check. Do a course of that, and then go back on a pre-workout.
Of course. Now you can also use cortisol products before bed. If you take the full serve, the full daily dose before bed, you will be lulled into sleep, not knocked out. And you do feel like you wake up with more energy because you've reset your circadian rhythm. Your body's used to, your cortisol is used to being low at night, high in the morning. If you are stressed out, it's been flipped, which means you can't get to sleep and you have trouble waking up. Again, if that's anyone out there, strongly recommend something like Cortadream to add to your daily supplement stack.
Yep, good for both men and women. Next up, we got the estrogen, which we had a quick chat about that. Bad estrogen blocker regulates your good hormones in your body. Can be used by both men and women. Can be stacked with your test booster, your Testodream, or can be used on its own. Good for ladies as well as guys, just to regulate that bad estrogen in the body.
Yeah, and I think when people say we say bad estrogen, it means there are 3 types of estrogen in the body. There's estrogen, estradiol, and estriol. So 2 of the 3 are highly toxic, and they occupy the same receptors as estrogen does. So if you are a older woman, if you are like a competition prep, like in competition prep and your body fat gets very low, you are going to have more toxic estrogen in your body than you would natural estrogen. So you want to replace that by removing them out of the cell and getting the estrogen in the exact same spot.
Yep.
That's why you'll use something like that.
Also with guys, older guys, as you get older, your test levels drop, but your estrogen levels stay the same. So basically, you get that imbalance, which causes lack of sex drive, but also that body fat, you lose sloppy fat around the midsection, around the chest, etc.
Back of the arms.
Good to use that to help regulate that. And the last product is the Lipodream, which is their high stimulant.
This is practically like just all your caffeine in one go.
Yeah.
I mean, last time we looked at it, it probably hasn't changed.
No.
But you do have to take one capsule with 1100 milliliters of water as per the new TGA regulations. In every tab there is 325 milligrams of caffeine, 100 milligrams of 5-HTP, 75 milligrams of hordenine, theobromine, cytophrine, and chromium pick.
Yep.
So out of those 5 ingredients in there, you've got 4 stimulants plus chromium pick, which cleans off your insulin receptors, makes you a bit more sensitive to insulin. So introduce that one a day, probably upon rising, so you can get out, do your morning cardio, lower your carbohydrate intake, get your body resensitized to insulin. You should be on your way to a leaner you in the new year.
Excellent. These products are now available in-store at Australian Muscle and online.
With free Australia-wide delivery, of course.
Free Australia-wide delivery. Give them a go. I think they're really good. They're a good Australian company making good products.
And Mike, if you're watching this, I'm going to grab some carbonated water and I'm going to mix this in with it. See what that tastes like.
In cold water. Now, I forgot to mention, this is a lime. It's a laser lime. It's a lime flavour, but it's not bitter or anything. In cold water, it's delicious.
Yep.
So I've been having. Mixes beautifully. It tastes really nice. All right, coming soon. All right, 3D energy drinks are going to be in stock next week.
Yep.
I got the confirmation today. Stocks have landed in Australia. My order has been packed, ready for delivery. It will most probably go on Monday, so we're looking Wednesday. So hopefully next Thursday when we film, we're going to have a can of 3D.
I've actually been craving it a little bit.
We've actually got a pallet coming in, so we've got a lot of boxes coming in. We're going to be increasing our international protein range by reintroducing Superior Whey. Now, I used to stock it years ago.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. So that's coming back. That's just a whey blend.
Yep.
Good whey blend. Tastes beautiful, as in all.
Was that the one that came in Turkish Delight flavor?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Oh.
No, I'm pretty sure that when we ordered it, there wasn't any.
That was one of the best flavoured protein I've ever had. I love Turkish Delight.
But yes, so that will be in, it could be in early as today. Muscle Nation Custard, we've been asked for this a lot, so we are working with Muscle Nation. I've established an account with them, so we're in the process of getting that finalised, and we will be bringing in the Muscle Nation Custard, which really, based on me talking to other stores and people, it's mostly the most popular custard out there.
Yeah, one of the only custards. I mean, the original one.
Well, Gentech
is still good.
Gentech custard is still one of the originals and one of the best. But with a lot of ask for Muscle Nation custard, and that comes in about, I think it's about 10 different flavors.
It's crazy. It's crazy many flavors.
So we'll be getting a full range of their flavors in. Updated Switch Nutrition Protein Switch has been updated, so they've tweaked the formula a little bit. There's a new flavour coming in, which we will let you know once we get it in. And they've gone up from 25 to 30 serves.
Beautiful.
Yeah, for the same price. So you're getting more serves for the same price. So that will start coming in with our next orders. Obviously, what we've got in stock is still the old stock. And the difference between the new formula is minuscule. It's mainly a new flavour and mainly an increase in serving sizes. Cool. That's it. Yep. That's it in what's new and new products. Mass gainers. Ari asked us to talk about mass gainers, and we've talked about this a number of times. But mainly, people come in and they'll look at a big 5.5 kilo bag of mass gainer, and they'll say, "Why is there only 16 serves in this?" For $90. You know? And the reason for that is because generally companies will put a massive serving size, up to 250 gram serving size, so they can write on the bag that you're getting 2,000 to 3,000 calories per serve.
Well, you won't be able to get 2,000 to 3,000 calories in 20 grams.
No.
Don't think it's possible.
No. So the whole idea of a mass gainer is that you have more, so that you're getting more calories, so that you're helping to gain weight. But generally I feel, and we tend to tell people that those serving companies that have got it, they're generally American companies, you go for half the serving size.
Yeah.
I'd go for half the serving size, and you know, twice a day rather than one giant serving size, because you find those things will just they bloat you up, they fill you up, and they totally defeat the purpose of taking a pre-weight.
When I was trying to put on weight when I was younger, I was probably 21, 22, and I remember getting the Ultimate Mass from Ultimate Nutrition. They come in a big black bucket, and I remember because they come in gravy boats. That's the size of a scoop of any mass gainer, and it's like, take 2 of them.
That's right.
So I was like, all right, get my blender out, you know, chuck the ice in there, and at the end of it, it was like 1.2 liters of just flavor, and you barely get through one.
Yeah, I know.
Before you start just feeling, I am so bloated, I am so full, and you fall and you eat it, and then you fall asleep. So
that's like if you want to look through our videos, find our 1,000 calorie weight gainer.
Yeah.
Where we made one here.
It was delicious though.
It was delicious, but man, I had only like a cup and I couldn't eat for like 6 hours. So just bear in mind that weight gainers do have their purpose. They're a good way to get calories in, but don't go with the full serving size. If you go with things like your Nix Pro Mass, Magic Mass, their serving size is only 120 grams. And that's going to give you 400 calories. You have 2 of those a day, that's 800 calories over the course of the day, and over a course of a week, that's 5,500 calories.
It's at least 1,000 calories a day.
That's right.
Easily.
Yeah, you know, so you don't need to take massive giant serves of a weight gainer. You don't have to follow the instructions that are written on there. They've only been done so that a company can boast about how many calories you get per serve.
I mean, technically they could go over 40,000 calories, but you have one serving here.
Yeah.
You know, they could do that too, because they're still applying by the labelling laws. But it's at your discretion.
The other thing to point out is that people come in all to say, what's the best weight gainer? Well, they're all the same. Because if you put a 100 gram serve of every single weight gainer, regardless of what they say on the label, put a 100 gram serve together, you're going to get 400 calories. It's as simple as that. You know, so the difference between them is the serving size and what they can write on the front. That's why some will say 1,000 calories per serve, it'll be a smaller serve. Others will say 2,000 calories, it'll be a giant serve. So just bear in mind, you're looking at every 100 calories, you're looking at about 400. 100 grams, 400 calories.
And a lot of mass gainers these days, they chock full of carbs, which is why they can get away with work at a lower price.
Well, that's right. Well, they're generally going to be 2 to 1 ratio of protein over carbs.
Unless it's like someone that's 5 to 1.
That's right.
You know, 50 grams protein, 250 grams of carbs. That's going to screw you up no matter what you are.
Really good you know, look for one that's about a 60-40 or 50-50. I reckon that's the best one. And you're going to get that 100 gram serve. You're going to get about 35 grams of protein in there, which is perfect.
Beautiful.
That's it. Next biggest trend in supplements. I quickly mentioned it. I think it will be these nootropic products. Otherwise, what do you reckon? You reckon there's any?
I reckon it's going to be immune support. Look at the world we're living in now.
Well,
like that, I think a lot of companies are going.
As long as companies don't start using their help protect against COVID.
Did you see that? I think Lorna Jane. They got sued because they said their clothing protected from COVID.
That's right.
Because it's sprayed with a special spray, and people bought it.
Ari said not to mention COVID.
You can mention it. You can mention it after the first 2 to 5 minutes. It's fine.
That's it.
Yep.
Thanks guys for tuning in. If you've got any questions, hit us up. We'll try and answer them to the best of our knowledge. Anything except COVID.
No.
I'm not allowed to talk about COVID. COVID's no good. No. I think we'll give COVID a miss.
Okay.
Thanks guys. We'll catch you next week. Don't forget, as per normal, this episode is brought to you by Australian Muscle. and Australian Muscle the Gym and Australian Muscle Online.
With free Australia-wide delivery.
Free Australia-wide delivery. And here, speaking of the gym, we will be getting a new piece of equipment by the end of this month.
Fantastic.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Can't wait.
International chest day. Thanks guys, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Code.